Beginning. It all started with a drink I didn't order. My name's Theo Marks. 26, Earth-born freelance logistics technician. Which is a fancy way of saying I fix stuff on ships that no one else wants to fix. Fuse boxes, life support calibrators, sewage leaks. Yeah, all the glamorous work. But the pay's good, and when your parents still send passive-aggressive holos about, when are you settling down? Being light years away is a nice perk. I was between contracts, docked at Port Lyra 4. A melting pot of alien cultures, languages, smells that would peel paint, and the best damn noodle carts this side of the Orion Spur. I stopped at a small bar on the outer ring. It was dark, smoky, and the bartender was some sort of six-eyed mantis alien with surprisingly good taste in jazz. I was minding my business when a deep violet drink with smoky tendrils curling off it slid in front of me. I didn't order this, I said. The bartender blinked all six eyes. Gift. From her. I turned, and that's when my life veered completely off the rails. She was tall, easily 6'3", lean with defined muscle like a jungle cat. Midnight blue skin that shimmered in the light. Long silver-white hair braided with beads. And her eyes. Bright gold with slit pupils that seemed to look right through me. She raised her own glass with a smirk, fangs glinting in the dim light. I gave a nervous smile and sipped the drink. Big mistake. Middle. Turns out I just accepted a courtship gesture. Some kind of ancient ritual from her species, the Verkani. Part of a nomadic warrior culture known across the quadrant for being deadly, loyal, and weirdly romantic in ways that could easily get you killed. Her name was KLRA. And she was part of a Verkani pack that had just returned from a successful mercenary run. Apparently, offering someone a drink mixed with distilled starlight and bloodroot was their way of saying, I like you. Let's see if we're compatible. Preferably before the next full moon cycle. I tried to explain the misunderstanding, but KLRA just tilted her head and sniffed me, literally sniffed me before saying, You smell. Interesting. You'll do. That was the start of it. She started following me around the station. Not in a creepy way. More like a very large, very protective shadow. She helped me carry tools, silently loomed while vendors tried to overcharge me, and even scared off a mugger with nothing but a growl. She also kept sniffing me, especially around my neck. I asked her once why. I'm checking if anyone else has tried to mark you. Mark me. Like graffiti. She bared her teeth, amused. No. Mark you as theirs. You are mine now. I tried to protest, but she gently placed a clawed hand on my chest and said, Do not worry, little tech. I will be gentle. At first, I didn't know whether to be flattered or terrified. Probably both. Things escalated when KLRA's alpha sister showed up. Her name was Zyra, and she looked like KLRA but with sharper armor, darker fangs, and the perpetual expression of someone trying not to kill everyone in the room. She cornered me while I was trying to repair a faulty coolant vent and hissed, You are not Verkani. Why has my sister chosen you? I didn't choose anything. I shouted, dodging a burst of steam. Zyra sniffed me. Why do aliens always sniff? And her eyes narrowed. She has already begun marking. Her scent is on you. Panic. I shower twice a day. She is claiming you. You must complete the rite before the blood moon, or she will go feral. Feral. She will lose herself to instinct. You must bond or leave. That night, KLRA showed up at my cramped rental pod with a piece of raw meat and a bone carved with glowing runes. I brought dinner, she said sweetly. Also, we must complete the pre-bonding ritual. Is that the thing with the moon? Because your sister said. I will not hurt you, she said softly, her voice like gravel wrapped in silk. But I must mark you. Properly. Apparently, Marking involved a mixture of scent glands, a glowing claw scratch across the shoulder, not deep, just symbolic, and a kiss that literally curled my toes. Her breath was warm, a little spicy, and her claws gripped my arms just enough to remind me how strong she was. But she held back. She always held back. From me. Indy. By the time the blood moon arrived, KLRA and I had somehow become something. She took me flying on her hoverbike across the sulfur flats of Lyra's lower moon. She curled up around me while we stargazed, listening to old Earth music. She asked me about human courtship, our odd need for verbal reassurance. I told her about chocolate and slow dancing and awkward hand-holding. She tried all of it, sometimes badly, but she tried. I'd like to say I was immune to her charms, but that would be a lie. There was something about the way she looked at me, not as prey or even a prize, but as a partner. Someone she wanted to protect, cherish, and yes, claim in her own fierce alien way. When the blood moon rose, Zyra led the ritual. We stood on a cliff outside the station, KLRA beside me, dressed in ceremonial armor made of bone and metal. I was shirtless because apparently, the mark must be visible to the pack. Around us, a dozen Verkani warriors howled at the sky. Zyra approached with a blade carved from moonstone. Do you, Theomarks of Earth, accept KLRA of Clan Viwerar as your bonded mate, protector and shadow? I swallowed hard, looked at KLRA, who was trembling, not from fear, but from the restraint it took to let me decide. I do, I said. She growled, a low, happy sound, and pulled me into a kiss so intense the entire pack whooped in approval. The blade traced across both our palms, mixing blood. Simple gesture. Permanent bond. Later back in our pod I asked her, "So, what now?" She curled around me, warm and soft despite the claws and teeth. "Now," she whispered, "you are mine, and I am yours." Then she nuzzled into my neck and said, "I will still sniff you though. It is a habit." I laughed. I think I'm okay with that. And I was. After all, how many people can say they accidentally ended up with an alien werewolf girlfriend who could rip starships in half, but still brought you hot cocoa after a long day?